Spring Boot, Bean Definition Override Exception, Invalid Bean Definition. This follows the same teaching style as your earlier Spring Boot topic. Introduction. When working with Spring Boot, you may encounter an error like org.springframework.beans.factory.support.bean-definition-override-exception, invalid bean definition with name mybean. This often appears during application startup and can be confusing. At first, it may seem like Spring Boot is misconfigured, your bean is invalid, dependency injection is broken, something is wrong with your configuration. But the real issue is usually Spring found two beans with the same name and does not allow one to override the other. This topic helps learners understand what this exception means, why Spring Boot throws it, what causes duplicate bean definitions, how to fix it properly, best practices for bean configuration. This is a very common and important Spring Boot concept. What does this error mean? The error, bean definition override exception, means Spring tried to register a bean, but another bean with the same name already exists. Example concept. Bean A means registered. Bean B means same name, means conflict, means exception thrown. Why Spring Boot throws this error? In older Spring Boot versions, bean overriding was allowed by default. In newer versions, bean overriding is disabled by default. This is done to prevent accidental overrides, avoid hidden bugs, make configurations safer. Example concept. Duplicate bean means potential bug, means Spring blocks it. What is a bean definition? A bean definition is how Spring registers an object in the application context. Example. Bean, public my service, return new my service. Bean name equals my service. Example concept. Method name means bean name, means registered in Spring context. Why duplicate beans happen? This error occurs when two beans have the same name. Common causes. 1. Two @bean methods with same name, @bean public my service. Bean public my service. Duplicate 2. Component plus bean conflict. Component public class my service. And bean public my service. Example concept. Same type means same name, means conflict. 3. Multiple configuration classes. Two configs defining same bean. Configuration class config A, @bean public my service. Bean, @configuration class config B, @bean public my service. Bean. 4. Auto configuration conflict. Spring Boot autoconfig may define a bean, and you define another one with same name. Example concept. Spring autoconfig means your config means same bean name, means conflict. 5. Copy-paste or refactoring mistake. Developers accidentally duplicate bean definitions. Example scenario. @bean public data source. Spring Boot autoconfig also creates a data source bean. Result? Bean definition override exception. Fix option 1. Rename the bean. @bean name equals custom data source, public data source. Example concept. Different name means no conflict. Fix option 2. Use @primary bean, @primary, public my service. Example concept. Multiple beans allowed means one marked as primary. Note, this does not fix naming conflict, but helps injection ambiguity. Fix option 3. Remove duplicate bean. If duplicate is unnecessary, remove one definition. Example concept. Only one bean needed means remove extra. Fix option 4. Allow bean overriding. Not recommended. You can enable overriding. Spring main allow bean definition overriding. True. Example concept. Spring allows duplicate means second bean replaces first. If use carefully, as it may hide bugs. Fix option 5. Use @qualifier. If you need multiple beans. @bean public my service A. Bean public my service B. Inject using autoride qualifier At service A, private my service. Example, concept. Multiple beans means explicitly choose one. Fix option 6. Exclude auto configuration. This conflict is from auto config. At Spring Boot application, exclude equals data source auto configuration.class. Example concept. Disable auto config means remove duplicate bean. Fix option 7. Use conditional beans. At bean, at conditional on missing bean. Public my service. Example concept. Bean created only if not already present. Best approach for most cases. Use at conditional on missing bean when overriding autoconfig. Rename beans when needed. Avoid enabling override globally. Example, fix problem. At bean public object mapper. Spring Boot already provides one. Fix at bean at primary public object mapper custom object mapper. Or at conditional on missing bean, at bean public object mapper. When you might intentionally override. Sometimes you want to replace default beans. Example, custom object mapper, custom security config, custom data source. In such cases, use at primary or conditional annotations. Common mistakes. 1. Enabling overriding blindly. Spring.main.allow bean definition overriding. Hides real issues. 2. Not checking auto configuration. Spring Boot may already provide the bean. 3. Using same method names. Bean name defaults to method name. 4. Forgetting at qualifier. Leads to confusion in injection. 5. Mixing manual and auto config improperly. Creates unexpected conflicts. Advantages of understanding this. Cleaner configuration. Fewer runtime errors. Better dependency injection control. Safer application setup. Improved debugging. Challenges identifying duplicate beans. Understanding auto configuration. Managing large config classes. Debugging startup errors. Concepts learned in this topic. CL, what bean definition override exception is. CL, why duplicate beans cause errors. CL, how Spring names beans. CL, how to fix conflicts. CL, how to handle auto configuration. Best practices for bean management. Simple definition. Bean definition override exception. An error thrown when Spring Boot detects multiple beans with the same name and overriding is not allowed.
Final summary.
The error, bean definition override exception. Invalid bean definition means that two beans with the same name are being registered. Common fixes. Rename, bean. Remove duplicate. Use at conditional on missing bean. Use at qualifier. Avoid enabling global override. The key idea. Spring Boot prevents duplicate bean definitions to avoid hidden bugs. Once you understand this, managing Spring beans becomes much easier and safer.